back, and we're back with a special preview of this week's all-new Dateline. Brand new, and it's about a shocking crime that rattled a tiny community in Texas. It's the first official episode for Dateline's newest correspondent and our good friend, Blayne Alexander. Welcome back. We're going to talk to Blayne in just a moment. But first, she's sharing a bit of a preview of this week's new episode.
Down this backcountry road in central Texas sits an abandoned farmhouse. People here call it the haunted house. So it's obvious that people haven't lived here for years.
The floor's gone. You're going to find snakes in there, and other living animals in there.
On a Friday the 13th in 2016, this house became a crime scene. It's where 25-year-old Shantae Blankenship, a bubbly and popular fixture in her community, was murdered. Shantae's mother, Michelle, will never forget the moment she found out.
Are there any words to describe what you felt?
I was lost. I'd fell to my knees and asked him why.
Investigators followed dozens of leads without any breakthroughs. Then, 18 months after Shantae was killed, a sketch was released to the public. It wasn't drawn by an artist based on an eyewitness. It was created by a computer from the killer's DNA recovered at the crime scene, a process called phenotyping. Someone recognized the sketch and gave investigator Scott Bird a name, Ryan Riggs.
We went to social media. We basically looked up Ryan Riggs on Facebook, and the picture that popped up of him was the spitting image of the computer image that we'd received.
Riggs lived in Shantae's community, even attended the same church, but investigators couldn't find him.
We're going to have to come up with a plan to locate him. If that's out in the woods, out in the brush.
You were preparing for a manhunt.
We were getting ready for a manhunt.
Russell and Linda Lamond knew both Shantae and Ryan Riggs from church. On November 15th, 2017, they went to a service, completely unprepared for the drama that would unfold.
When we got to church, there's Ryan's parents, and then I see Ryan.
Riggs walked to the pulpit and in front of the whole congregation said it. He was a murderer.
And I remember saying, please don't tell me he's talking about Shantae. Please don't tell me. And the pastor's wife was standing next to us, and she goes, yes. But I put my head down, and I grabbed the pew, and I was like, how?
Ooh, now I want to see the rest of the episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Geez.
That's why Blayne's here.
That's exactly it. But I'll tell you, there are a couple of things that are unlike anything I've ever seen. That scene at the church that we kind of talked about, that is an unbelievable scene, and it's something that has still scarred a lot of the people that were there that night.
The DNA technology also appears to be pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, you saw the pictures were almost a splitting image, right? And so this is something that they took a little bit of DNA. They were able to, he kept saying, you know, I have the killer's name in my hand, like I know who he is. But that picture really kind of set the investigation on a new path.
So this is officially your first full Dateline as a Dateline correspondent. What is it like being part of this really rock star team of crime correspondents?
Rock star is the exact way to put it. I mean, this is incredible. The folks there are incredible. Everybody's very, very kind. One thing that I'm learning, though, is just how beloved Dateline is. It is. I mean, people will reach out, parents of friends will say, hey, I have a story you might want to look into. Like they have Dateline ideas. You know, my dad started sending me Dateline stories. So everybody is kind of in now. Yes, exactly.
Oh,
so
that's great.
it really is. It's a beautiful thing to watch and just kind of see the flavor that each correspondent brings to the
You fit right in.
Well,
so
thank you,
congrats again. And
Thanks for
again,
being here.
that full 2-hour brand new Dateline haunted house murder. It's going to air this Friday, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central on NBC.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.